It's been a long while since the race started. 4:30 in the afternoon here in the Ardennes in southwest Belgium. Spa-Francorchamps, two of last year's winners, Matteo Drudi, Marcus Sorensen, bringing back the Victor's Trophy. Would they have a chance of winning it again this year? 3 royals, 2 princes and a princess down on the grid, waving the field away. 74 cars, a record entry and a brilliant start from pole position from the Garage 59 McLaren of Marvin Kirchhofer. Second place just nailed down by Jules Gounon. But what a brilliant sight, this enormous field of car. Neat and tidy, but very soon you had Beretta spun around at the exit onto the start-finish straight, and as the field parted, Antarizal had nowhere else to go. Front-on contact, both of those cars are repaired, but actually subsequently both out of the race. But the biggest retirement so far, we had Josh Mason limping back to the pit slowly in his McLaren, was clouted by this driver, Laurent Heinrich, and fortunately it was good to see him out of the car. There's Antarizal in the wars again, but this time being spun around by George Kurtz's number 4 Mercedes. And then Custodio Toledo, the Ferrari on the right-hand side with the bent front, hit the tail end of the number 270 Aston Martin. He was out of the race, and so unfortunately for the 270 crew was their car as well. The racing was fast and furious, and the 991 Paradigm competition, BMW shoved around and waiting in the pits. The doctor, Valentino Rossi, waiting for his turn, and still a little bit of contact for Team WRT. It looks as though the day was going away from them, but they have fought their way back. But it was about the timing of the pit stops. The McLaren coming back out at the front of the field. The number 48 Mercedes in the background, very much in the mix. But the 163 Lamborghini VSR, Vincenzo Sospiri Racing, going a little bit wide there, but it got right to the sharp end of the field. Talking of sharp, how about the nose this McLaren? Taking the rear valance off the tail of Dries Van Toor's BMW. More problems for Team WRT, but not as large as the problems for poor Jusse, shoved out there by Tim Santher, and that was at Radion. He was okay, the car was not. The day turned to dusk, very short order, turned to night. Not that it slowed some of the younger fans. Great to see their activity and passion for it all. The show went on. The number 17 Get Speed Mercedes working its way to the front. The funfair going great guns. The concert happening in the fan zone as well. But the teams didn't have a chance to stop. They had to just keep going through metronomic action. There is the stage behind the Ferris wheel. What a place for a little bit of a rave down at the bottom of Eau Rouge. And then there was more contact, this time Indy Doncha being shoved around by the team RJN McLaren, and a few cars, actually quite a few cars running through the gravel at the top of the hill. Guess what? It was that poor number 57 Mercedes all over again. So frustration at various points. The other teammates waited to take over and not getting a go. A little bit of contact there for the number 48 Mercedes. Very, very tight racing action. Then we had a problem for the 163 Lamborghini. It was very slow in the pit lane. They lost about a dozen seconds in that pit stop, and instead of coming out in first position, it was way down the order. The number 7 Aston Martin suddenly over and out for them. And then Sean Gelael nearly made it back to the pits on 3 wheels. He did eventually, but lost a lot of time.